Hello, everybody. This is 25 to Life with Ray and Alex.
Hey, guys.
Yeah. All right. Gotta bring that down. There we go. Oh my gosh. I was tired, but then again, when I listen to that music, it always gets me going.
You're like, let's go.
Let's go. That's a funny story, actually. I did an audio text to my boss, and at the end of it, it says, "Let's go," and I was like, "Oh no!" I felt so bad about it, but she totally took it, and she's like, "It just sounded like you were trying to hype us up." But
Well,
how are you
that's
doing?
good.
Yeah, I'll explain a little bit more about that in today's episode. But how are you doing, hon?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
Oh my gosh, I'm dying. I'm tired. Excuse me. I can't even talk right now. So
I think we're both tired. We've both hit exhaustion.
yes. Yeah. Like I don't even know how I'm functioning right now, but I am. And we have a commitment to do. And we told people we would get these podcasts out on a regular basis. And
So here we are.
here we are. So, you know what? I'm going to let you kind of take over a little bit while I figure this thing out. But yeah, how was your week? Maybe let's go there.
How about we welcome back our listeners?
Okay,
oh my
see?
gosh. See, you're so tired.
Yeah.
Welcome back our listeners who've been with us since the beginning. What has this been, like a month now? No, 2 months.
No, 2 months. We're entering March.
Yeah. Oh my
We're
gosh.
in March. Today's March.
Today's March 1st.
Yay.
Ooh, March Madness begins. You know, I'm going to be really honest. I have no idea what that means. I just know that it's a saying that, oh my gosh, March Madness, March, but I don't know what that means.
It's a sports reference.
Oh, yeah. See, that's why I don't know it. But anyways, welcome back, folks. If you've been here with us since the beginning or have just started to come in, and then welcome new listeners. We're so glad you're here. We're so happy you found us. Like Ray said, I'll probably talk more today because he looks like the Walking Dead. Poor guy. What'd you have? Like a 18-hour flight home? Or, well, not the flight, but the whole journey?
Her journey, like from Eastern time to Pacific time, just adding it up together, it seemed like it was like an 18-hour flight or trip
Yeah.
back.
Between all your delays and oh my gosh, I'm not going to lie. I was so upset with your delays. And it was more because the kids were excited to see you come home.
I was excited to be home.
I was really ready for you to come home and be like, tag, you're it.
Psych.
Right?
So today's episode is going to be primarily focused on a recap of a week of me being gone.
You being gone, me being by myself.
Being a mom.
Being a mom. A full-time
Although you're
mom,
always a mom.
I know. Full-time mom, full-time student. You would think like you being gone and not having to take you to your meetings and your appointments that my schedule and my load would be lighter. But in all reality, like I think more than anything, I realized this week, you do so much. And I almost feel bad because it's like, kind of talking about the marriage conference that we went to. Like I have taken you for granted in the sense that I've put myself on autopilot.
Yep.
When it comes to like the nighttime routine, because you usually come in and you handle that for me. Like the minute you come home from work, you get like what? A 30, 45 minute to an hour window of decompress time. And then we jump right into nighttime routine where I go to my back office. I sit at my desk and I get done what I need to get done. And you handle the kids. You handle dinner. You handle the bath, the bedtime, the preparing their lunches for the next day. Like, you are a rock star because you give me that time at night to get my homework done. And oh my gosh, I appreciate you so much for it. I missed you.
Yes. No, I miss the routines too, though. Like when I travel, my routines are totally different. And well, I say totally different, but I still try to make that one moment of our routine was to talk to the kids every night.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Bedtime prayers. That was their
yes,
one thing. Can we call Daddy for our bedtime prayers?
yes, that is one thing I do not want to sacrifice in the things that I'm doing in my career, but also with my family.
Mm-hmm.
So,
let's rewind a little bit.
Yeah, let's rewind a little bit. So this recording is being done March 1st, and as of what was it? I can't even do. It was like the
6th, the Friday the 26th. Is that what it was?
No,
27th.
Like the 20. I don't know. Sometime last Sunday. Let's just say it that way.
Oh, last Sunday. Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
Sunday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever I literally cannot picture the time right now or the date. It's like 24th. 24th. There it is. So as of the 24th, I was gone and I took a trip to Washington, D.C., our favorite place. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the last episode. If you haven't listened, please go back and listen after this. But I had to do some I was going through a executive leadership development program for work. And it was our final, what they call a capstone event, where I've gone through this 9-month program, learned some really great tools and skills. Thank you. And how to apply those at my work, and got to do a presentation on the topic of something I really like, the strategic development planning. So, that came what we do a lot for our New Year's resolution. We use that strategy. And so got to do that with a group. But I also got an opportunity to do some advocacy work and meeting with some congressmen and representatives and state senators, as well as just got a network. So that was a whole week long. Mm-hmm. And it starts, where for me, traveling is like something that I'm used to. This is me and Lennox's 9th trip together.
No way.
Yeah. I was doing
we got to celebrate the next one then, because that's like big 10.
Number 10, yeah. And I was telling my boss, and was like, everyone else is like, it gets harder every year because the kids are getting older.
They understand Daddy's gone.
Yeah. So, what it takes to get ready to go to DC, and during the time I'm there and the time coming back. Mm-hmm. We tried to even get ready the Friday before, because we were like, okay, I don't want you to have to pack me, because here, okay. You want to explain this? Because people always say something to me about this. When I tell people, oh yeah, my wife packs my outfits and gets it all ready for me for the trip, right?
Yeah.
You want to explain that before I get heat?
I am your professional stylist.
Yes, definitely.
And he is more than capable of packing himself. I don't like the way he packs. Even if I'm not going on a trip with him, like, I hate the way he packs.
That's a strong word.
And hate is a really strong word, but that is how I feel. Because you just throw things in there willy-nilly.
Yeah, who cares?
I do. I care.
I say that, but now the way you pack me, I do care how you put it together.
I've spoiled you.
Yes, very much.
But no, like, when I see the way you pack clothes, like, you don't really think, like, you could wear the same 4 shirts over and over if I let you. And it drives me bananas. So I've just taken on that responsibility of like, okay, I'm going to pack you. I'm going to make sure that your clothes are nice, like down to making sure your jackets go to the dry cleaners, your shirts go to the dry cleaners before you leave so that they're nice and pressed and fresh for when you go on your trips, shining your shoes. Like, those are all things that I know you care nothing about and I care so much about.
Well, the thing is, I don't have to care, respectfully, because
Because I do.
that's something that you have taken over for me, and
Yeah.
I'm so used to it,
Hmm.
and that's something I appreciate about you,
Yeah.
because I can just say, here, I'm gonna be, my flight leaves at 8 a.m. on Sunday.
Hmm. And keep in mind, like, you let me know months in advance. Like,
Yeah.
hey, once you know the dates, you let me know, and
Mm-hmm.
that goes in our calendar. Back to our organization calendar. That goes in my big calendar,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, okay, now the week before, I know I'm getting new undershirts, new socks,
Yeah.
because I like to send you off with fresh things, and that's usually the time of year that
Yeah. You
I really
reset.
buy you new things.
Yeah.
um, so I like to plan the week before to get everything ready, but I don't like to pack you till 1 or 2 nights before, just because I like to go over that checklist of, hey, what are you doing on this trip? Like,
What are your dates?
what
Yeah.
are your events looking like? What kind of dinners are you thinking of going out to? Networking stuff that's going on that week.
Mm-hmm.
I think of all of that, and I really like to pack your outfits in. Something I explained to, I think it was my sister that I explained it to her, but I pack you your pants, your shirts, your underclothes, your jackets all in one stack.
Yeah.
And this is Monday's outfit, this is Tuesday's, Wednesday's, and so on.
Yeah. Down to the point, it's like, okay, you can on the phone say, okay, it's on the top left, two down from there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so organized that I always feel good about if something happens, I can say, hey, this happened. Can you tell me what I need to wear?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Or like if things get moved around, like
mhm.
that dinner, that unexpected dinner you
Yeah,
had.
I had a cancellation, and so, oh wow, actually, there was that Monday where I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking I was supposed to go see a congressman, and that didn't end up happening because of weather delays. I'll talk
Mm-hmm.
about that. And so it switched up, like, where, okay, hun, I need my stylist real quick because I'm in my, um, you know, this attire to go see this congressman, but now I need to go and be more casual because now I'm just gonna go,
Mm-hmm.
have a drink and network kind of
Yeah.
thing.
And how easy it was to tell you,
Just
okay,
like,
this
oh,
is where that outfit
well,
is.
yep,
You can keep those shoes on and change out the shirt, or,
yeah,
having that stuff ready for you makes me feel like I do my part for you when you
yeah.
go on
Oh
these
no,
trips. Like, even like your toiletries and your clothes to fly home in,
yeah, that's also
I
important.
even plan those outfits out
Yeah,
because I know that your travel days are your longest days.
very much so. From going from California to DC,
It's
um,
no easy trek.
yeah, unless I'm flying out of LA, which that's even more of a trip because I have to go down to LA
Hmm.
to fly out of there to have a direct flight. So I don't ever have a direct flight to DC. And so, even to prepping to that, like I said, you plan those things out very thoroughly. Like
Hmm.
that Friday, we make sure that we take Linux to the groomers
Hmm.
because he needs to look his best as well as me.
Yeah.
So I'm making sure because oh my gosh, I give that dog or that, yeah, the dog.
He's a dog.
He's a dog. I got to remind myself, people, that. But I give him so much credit for, the work that he does for me
I
when I
think it's
travel.
so amazing that, like, this is your ninth trip with him to DC, right?
Yeah.
And it just feels like now he's so familiar with that trip. Like,
Yeah.
compared to the puppy the first time you guys went,
Mm-hmm.
to seeing how he takes care of you now just blows my mind. He's so amazing.
Yeah. Even to the point where we were in a new hotel this year,
Mm-hmm.
and me and him both got, kind of disoriented, to be honest, but we figured it out. We really did. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just a teamwork, and it's just amazing. I was telling one of the partners that we had out there, that took us out for dinner, which I was greatly appreciative, about Linux and service animals, guide dogs, and how much what the rigorous training they go through, and how, I wouldn't change it any other way to have Linux, and I feel like he has brought in this independence for me to do these journeys.
Absolutely.
So
anyways, back to what we were saying. So yes, I pack for you.
You packed for me. And so that's what you did. And even then, we still had a little bit of a hiccup, like always, because we're like, oh, it's Friday. We got all this done. Dry cleaning's picked up. Or the dry cleaning was supposed to be picked up Saturday, right?
Yeah, it was picked up Saturday.
It was picked up Saturday, but you already had majority of the stuff prepared. And then something else came up that we had to pivot to make sure we go do a Target run and stuff like that. And so finally, it was like midnight. What?
Yeah, it was about midnight when we finally finished. When I finally finished everything.
Yeah, and
on Saturday, it was midnight Saturday night when I finally finished packing. I think it was the 21st,
23rd.
Was it the 23rd?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
It was the 21st.
Whatever the dates are. I'm sorry. I don't have my phone either to look at the calendar. So,
but that Saturday at midnight, it was just like, finally. And then head hits the pillow and 5 a.m. You got to get up and you got to get ready.
Yeah, because there's a process to that too, because we have the kids. And so that's the other aspect of it. Because
but I'm so glad we didn't have to take you to the airport by like 6. Because normally you fly out
at 6 in the morning.
Like at 6 in the morning. So we've got to be up by 4:30 in the morning, get you to the airport.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always a nightmare.
It was good though. This time, like you said, I didn't have to leave at 6 in the morning. So 2 hours makes a big difference.
It really does.
But it still took a whole day to travel. And so, that was the thing that was like, okay, we're getting ready to take off, and the kids know. It's like, Dad, I'm going to miss you. Can you please make sure you call me? And then talking to the kids and saying, telling Nathaniel, hey, you're the man in the house. You got to make sure you take care of your mom and your sister while I'm gone. He takes that so serious.
He really does. It's the cutest thing.
Yeah.
He all week that you were gone, he would follow me around the house. Okay, Mom, let's make sure the doors are locked. And I'd show him the doors were locked. And okay, Mom, the alarm, got to set the alarm. I'd show him the alarm would set. And he's like, okay, I'm going to sleep on Dad's side because I'm the man of the house and I got to protect you girls. And it was so sweet. And he takes that man of the house job so seriously. And I love it.
I think I told him that 3 years ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right. About
4 years ago?
About 3 years ago when he really started to understand. Daddy's leaving for a while.
Yeah, and this time, and this is the only time like they really both know, okay, we get to sleep with Mom.
Yeah.
We get to sleep with Mom in her bed while Dad's gone. So, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so we do that. The kids say goodbye. They know the airport. So, and they're like, oh, we're taking Dad to the airport. So does Lennox. Lennox is like, oh, I'm going to work. He's like, because I give Lennox a couple of days a rest before the trip because I know he's going to be working long hours with me. And so I prepare that by just giving him a little bit of more break and relaxation and, don't work on the
don't
regular.
Work him as much.
Not as much. So we get to the airport and I love our airport because it's small, but at the same time, sometimes it's too small where it's like they have a little bit of staff. Yeah. So, usually they move the American Airlines. So when I walk into those double doors, it used to be that direct shot to American Airlines.
Yeah. Is it no not longer anymore?
No.
Oh, no.
No. So I have to go to the left. And I love that, for very, very easy, like often, people are always willing to ask, do you need some help? Or if I just say, I don't even know if somebody's around me, I say, oh, is this American? And somebody will always come up and say, oh, do you need me here? Let me help you. Because the thing about it is like, yes, I have Linux. Let me explain this too, though. I have Linux, but Linux is not going to be the one that I can say, hey, Linux, go find American Airline.
No, he's not a GPS.
He's not a GPS, and I have to explain that to people. So I do get assistance through the airports because it's not the part of Linux can't do his job, but there is a lot of moving pieces in the airport. And so I always get a what's called a walk assist, where somebody will meet me at the ticket counter. Even though I, do it digitally, I still go up to the ticket counter. I still get a printed out ticket, and they call a sky cap to come get me and do a walk assist. So that what it does, it helps me get through security faster. It's a little perk. I'm not gonna lie.
A perk I learned that is not for everyone.
No, not for everybody. So they get me through security. I don't have to take my shoes off anymore, which I love. I don't have to take my shoes off anymore. And so
Lucky.
No, I think it's everybody. But this was the first time I tried. I was like, oh yeah, I don't have to take my shoes off.
Oh, nice.
So go through, no issues. Get to my gate to board my plane.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's smooth. Linux is super excited. He has a little extra spunk.
He's got
step.
a little spunk in his step.
Yeah, I tell people like the way guide dogs help you is by they pull. Mm-hmm. They have to pull like to kind of guide you. That's the purpose. If they don't pull, you don't feel that tension. You're not knowing where your direction you're supposed to go. Kind of right, So Linux sometimes he gets a little bit like in place, like he knows where we are and I know where I'm at, so he doesn't pull as hard. But when he gets excited, he's like, "Here, Dad, I know where we're going. I got."
He's like, "I remember this."
Yeah. So he was that excited. So we get to the airport, get through all that stuff. We board our plane. No issues at all. Nice. Fly, get to Dallas. Wait in Dallas for like 3 hours, 2 hours. That's about 2 hours.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's 2 hours, 2.5 hours. No issues there. Get to DC around 8 about 8.
About 8:30, because by the time you had called me, it was 9:15, 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30 when I checked in.
We were waiting for you.
Yeah, and this is changing time zones, so we're used to it being 6:30 when we checked into our hotel, but it was 9:30 Eastern, and so this is where I start hearing things, because of course I looked at the weather report. You always have to look at the weather report. It was not going to be a very sunny week. There was prediction of snow on Monday, and rain, and rain, and more rain, and cloudy. And so I was like, I want to be there. I need to be prepared. One, because it takes a long time to get from California to DC, so I want to get there, before my thing begins. It was Monday evening. They had Monday evening some events planned for me for our group, so I wanted to make sure I get there on time. And so get to the final destination, DC. Get to baggage claim. And yeah, it was raining and supposedly it started snowing on Sunday. I didn't see any snow. It was a lot of rain. And luckily, there was no at least I knew there was potentially a shuttle that could take me to that hotel. But before I even got there, the walk assist helped me to the baggage claim, which bad for me. I typically take a picture of my suitcase to show them what it looks like, and I didn't at that time, so it took a little longer to find it. When I came home, I did have the picture though, so we'll get there. But luckily, one of the older, or not the older, one of my another executive from another agency was there at the baggage claim, and they say, "Hey Ray, we're going to the same hotel. You want to catch a ride?" I'm like, "Heck yeah!" It'd make it easier, right? But here's the situation, and I didn't know. I had a feeling, but I didn't. Nothing was said until like the evening, and I don't think I even told you this.
No.
So the gentleman that and his advocate that he had with him as well for his agency, he's more what's the word I want to use respectfully? He likes to use taxis instead of Ubers or shuttles. So I was like, "Hey Ray, you want to contact?" I was sure, why not, right? Whatever. And so we were finding a taxi to take, which there's a lot of taxis out there. That's not a challenge, right? Well, long story short, we talk about it in the evening after we get checked in and go to eat to dinner. He's like, "Yeah, by the way, the taxi driver did not want to take you because of Linux."
Oh no.
Yeah, and this is very common for me.
Yeah.
Where people want to refuse to take me because of my dog because they think it's a pet or something, but she's
But he
not.
doesn't look like a pet.
No, my
That's
gosh,
so irritating.
the how many times people say like he does not look like a pet, like you can clearly tell, which I get it. Like you sighted people tell me this all the time. Is like Linux is like you can tell he's a service dog. He looks so beautiful. Like I don't know any other better way to say that, but people just say your dog looks so beautiful. I was like, thank you. I don't know. I was like, but they're like, yeah, his coat is so shiny. His face, like you can tell, like the structure of his, he's good looking, I guess.
He is. He's a handsome boy.
Yeah. So, but I always have that challenge with people. And I guess there was an attendant that's responsible of flagging taxis down at the airport, and I heard them talking, in a different language, and of course, I couldn't understand what they were saying, but it was very vocal. But I that's why I assumed it was regarding us.
Mm-hmm.
But they never approached us about it. Another taxi was brought over to us. We got in, went to the hotel, dropped us off at the wrong hotel, of course. Not like intentionally, but the hotel structure of that one was like it's one building, two different entrances for two different hotels. If that makes sense.
No.
So on one side of the building, it's the Renaissance Inn. You have to go around the corner to another entrance, and it's the Residence Inn. And they're two different.
So like they're two different, but
they're under Marriott.
Okay.
It was so crazy, and I've been there before, but it's just the way that the address was given to us from our itinerary. It's like, oh, we're going to go to the Renaissance this time. No, we were at the Residence Inn, so we had to take our bags, and I forgot about this too. We had to take our bags, walk through outside to the other side, and it was raining. It was raining, and we're like trying to hurry up to get checked in on the other side and stuff. And I was like, dang, I forgot. There's a way that connects the two. If you just go up the second floor, you can go over to the other side.
There was a catwalk.
Basically, but inside. There's a hallway that combines these two.
Making people walk all the way around.
Well, they knew it too, and they forgot to. So, you know what? We're all tired, okay? It's a long flight.
Y'all been traveling all day.
Yeah. So, it was a long flight. So, anyways, we do all that, right? Get checked in, find my hotel, do all that, unpack. They're like, hey, you want to go eat? It's like, yeah, because I don't, when I travel, I do not eat because I don't like to
Is that when you called me and asked me, what can I wear to eat?
Yeah, it was. That was the first thing. Because I was going to just order dinner to the room, but I can't, I'm out there to network. So if somebody invites me out to eat, I'm going to have
to
go. Gotta go. It's part of the business, So, excuse me. And so I do all that. Go and I have a nice time, I get my burger. I'm very simple. I like a good bacon cheeseburger.
Regular bacon cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm. No onions though. So socialize, meet a great new advocate for this agency. Totally blind, but is a rock climber. And actually he was flying out on Saturday, the next weekend, to go do a competition to basically try to get into the Paralympics for rock climbing.
Whoa, that's cool.
It was pretty neat. It was a really cool guy to talk to. He was also a marathon runner and stuff like that and things like that. So always interesting, the people I get to meet at these events. And I think I call you guys like at 11.
Yeah.
Tell you guys good night the first time. Tell you I get there.
Right.
Got there safe. Always kids all like this year, Sissy for sure wanted me to FaceTime.
She had such a hard time this year.
She wanted me to FaceTime every time. Every time I
Mm-hmm.
called, like, let me see you. Let me turn FaceTime me, Dad. It's like, dang, okay. So FaceTime, show her my view, show her my hotel, show her Linux. She loves Linux. She's like, show me Linux. It's like,
That's her dog when he's
that is,
not working.
yeah, that's exactly. And so do all that. But yeah, so that's my first day on that travel. So I don't know, how was it for you when that first day of leaving?
um, honestly, it was just tiring because by the time we took you and then we came back to the airport, it was just like I was tired. I was tired because, well, obviously I stayed up till midnight to pack you, but just the mental preparation that goes into taking you, um, and having to deal with the kids and not in a bad way. Not, I don't want to say deal with them, but having to like remind them like, it's okay, daddy's going to be back. Like that first day is so hard emotionally for them. Like so much so Nathaniel was like, Mom, my stomach hurts. I don't feel good.
Yes,
And I was
that's
like,
right.
oh, and he was like, I don't even want to eat anything. And that's not like him at all to not want to eat. And so he was just like, my stomach hurts. I feel like I got to throw up. And this is Sunday. So I had every intention of us going to church,
Yeah.
just because daddy was gone didn't mean that was going to disrupt our routine. Because that is one thing I can say you and I have worked really hard on is making sure the kids have a routine. They are very structured children. And, any deviation from the
schedule,
routine and the schedule, they don't function well in it,
No.
And so he told me that and I was like, okay, well, if you're feeling sick, then we can't go to church. And he was like, I think I could push through, Mom. I think I can push through. And I was like, yeah, nobody. And he even looked kind of like queasy. So I just kind of trusted my mom got there and we stayed home. We watched it's not really church online because we didn't watch like I didn't watch
The
Pastor
service.
Anthony
Yeah.
and the sermon or anything. But we watched something called Minnow. And it's like the Bible stories for kids and told for them to understand.
Yeah.
And so we watched a few episodes of that and had discussion. And it was really cool because like they were really involved in the discussion about what they were learning. And they're like, oh, and this is where I'm going to say, like, I'm so grateful for our church because the things that they're teaching our children, like, it's sticking with them because we watched a couple of episodes. One was about Adam and Eve, and then there was another one about David and Goliath. And I think there was another one that we watched, but they were able to in the conversation when I'd ask them like, oh, do you understand? Do you have any questions? They were telling me about what they were learning in class last Sunday and the Sunday before that. And it was just like, it was so cool for them to, oh, I remember that and recall what they had already previously learned. And it's reassuring to me to know that it's not just going in one ear and out the other. It's really seeds being planted in their hearts and in their little minds.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing conversation with them that first night. And then actually throughout the day, they were we put on some praise and worship music and we cleaned up the house a bit and sticking to that routine of, okay, we got to get ready for school this week.
Yep. That and that right there about school, I'm a big believer in education.
Absolutely.
And you okay, you want to tell them what you tell me about getting the kids to school?
I always say that they will be there every single day, but I can't promise you they'll be on time.
Yes. And I give you some big kudos because we got the Ring cameras. I saw every morning you got those kids out the door
on time.
So everybody give her kudos right there because that I know that's a big lift because it takes the both of us.
Yeah, in the mornings, and I think part of it is, well, one, we all slept together in the same bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think really it was easy for us to all wake up at the same time.
Yeah.
Because when they sleep in their own rooms and they sleep in their own beds, it's like, okay, I got to go wake one up. Then I got to go wake up the other one. Then I got to go back and check on the first one that I woke up.
Yeah.
Then I got to go back and check on the second one. So it takes a good couple of times before they get out of bed.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Yes. And so having them in bed with me, like we were awake by 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
every morning. And yes, we did not get out of bed till 6:30. But the fact that we were awake, and I would tell them, okay, let's turn the music off.
Mm-hmm.
Let's turn the lights on. Let's turn the
Some
fans off.
In the middle of the winter, guys, by the way.
Oh, it's that white noise from the fans, though, that really do it for us.
Yeah.
But turning it all off, and then finally, okay, 6:30, it's like, okay, let's go. Let's brush our teeth. Let's wash our face. Get dressed. Feed the puppies. Feed the dogs.
One
Let's
less
go.
dog. One less dog.
I will say, though, I did not feed Roxy all week long. Sissy did.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what part? What? Back
Yes,
up.
I let my poor dog starve.
No.
Yes. She was a trooper. She was responsible for Roxy and Cherry,
mm-hmm.
and brother was responsible for Beans and Brownie.
Mm.
So, they fed the dogs, let them go potty. They would get dressed. And actually every night before, I was making sure that they were, hey, pack your lunch, pack your snacks, whatever.
That's very important.
Wanting to take the night before, because
it doesn't matter. Like if that makes you go to bed later, I'll tell you as parents and other parents out there listening, that's been a lifesaver. That is a lifesaver, because you don't have to worry about, okay, find your shoes. Okay, where's your backpack? Mm-hmm. That stuff saves you so much time in the morning.
Yeah, that nighttime routine that I really have to say I have to give you credit for this, because you have really been on their case about get your backpack ready the night before, pick out your clothes the night before, get your shoes, whatever shoes you're going to wear that day, pick them out and put them out, lay them out with your clothes.
Yeah.
Making sure their lunch bags are taken care of. You pushing them and holding them accountable to that and saying, well, if it's not done and it's time to go, oh, well.
Yeah.
And them having to learn that lesson. It's a hard lesson. As a parent, you want to be like, oh, okay, let me help you with your snacks. No. But teaching them to be responsible for it, that is what saved us a lot this week, honestly. Because they knew dad makes sure that you do this every night. It's nothing new.
Yeah.
And that saved us every morning, because man, that was the only reason we got out on time, because it's like, okay, all they had to do was feed the dogs, brush their teeth, wash their face, get dressed. Like, that's it. So
yeah.
Kudos to you.
No, the routine thing originated from you. Like, hey, we need to do this and stick to it. And I was just the one that enforced it. Yeah, made sure it gets done, because I do believe that it's important. It's the same with well, I don't want to say it's same, but it is the same thing that we do with the dogs. Mm-hmm. We get them in a routine, a feeding schedule, a relieving schedule. They have their own. It builds that structure, so it's important. And so that was one of the things that I also wanted to make sure, no matter how much later it put me to bed, I had to go to bed back east. It's 7:30, 8 o'clock Pacific time. That means it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock Eastern. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm out, doing work and stuff, but I wanted to make sure that part of the routine is still. And then I can ask them, hey, did you do this? Or, hey, how was your day? Kind of keep that conversation that I normally have with the kids, because I know that's important to them as well.
Yeah. And I think you and I have done a really good job of creating that structure for us
Yeah.
and for them. That
And
our kids. I love it when people tell me, "Oh my gosh, your kids are so well behaved. They're so structured. They're easy to take care of because they know what's next. They know what's on the schedule, and we've really instilled that into them that like, hey, it doesn't matter if you're at home or at grandma's house. This is how it is.
yeah. And it doesn't mean that they don't have the ability to go off the structure, because they do.
They really do.
But they also see what happens when they go off their own structure, and we let them have
Mhm.
that freedom.
Mhm.
But they get cranky. They get like, oh my gosh, I
Yep.
don't have my lunch ready, or this and that. So it goes both ways.
I think one thing we've really done well with is allowing them to um experience the consequence of their choice.
Yes, very true.
The
Like, hey, you know, does you sure that's okay? It's like, okay, you want to do that? That's
if
your
that's what you
choice.
want, and that's what you want, then okay.
You do that with Sissy with her outfits.
Yes.
You give her that freedom of, you want to go out with wearing that, and as long as it's not, looking too crazy,
Hmm.
and it doesn't mean like you're going out in a tank top and some shorts in the winter, mid of winter,
Yeah.
you're okay.
Hmm.
So
It's like giving them that freedom of choice.
yeah,
And teaching them like it's okay to make your own choices, but knowing that hey, if that's the choice you're going to make, there's a consequence for that choice. And not necessarily a bad
yeah, it
consequence.
does not have to be
Sometimes those
negative.
consequences could be positive,
Exactly.
you know? So I just say that that's what honestly made this entire week easy. That first day was very stressful. It was
It
mainly
sets the
because,
foundation of the week.
yeah. And it was mainly because like Nathaniel was feeling sick. And I know he wasn't really sick, but I also knew that he was feeling uneasy about your absence. And that I kind of honed in as mama bear and was like, okay, I'm going to stop and deviate from the schedule, deviate from the routine and be like, hey, let's do something different. Let's do something intentional together. And I feel like that, I think, really set the tone for the week.
Yeah, because you made some special changes for them to kind of
Mm-hmm.
give them incentives to make it through.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if we do this, we'll get this. If we do that, we get to go here.
Mm-hmm.
If we get through the week and, do the chores that we need to do, that
Mm-hmm.
makes daddy come, or it'll make the time go faster and daddy will be home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I heard a lot throughout that week.
Yeah.
Well,
And I think that their biggest reward was going to Chuck E. Cheese on Friday. They were so excited. Like all week long, it was like, okay, we got to do this, sister. And, he was just so amazing this week. Like, he really stepped into that big brother role this week and the man of the house and took it so seriously. And was like, come on, sister. He was pushing her, he was encouraging her.
mm-hmm.
He was even like, remember, sister, if we do it this way, we're going to go get pizza at the end of the week. We're going to have pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so awesome. And I will say, even though I didn't make dinner every week, all day, every night this week,
Which is, it's okay.
yeah,
As a husband, and know what it goes, because you still had to balance school as
mm-hmm,
well.
yeah,
And school didn't stop.
no,
Managing the house doesn't stop.
mm-hmm.
It adds additional work.
Yeah,
So
because it was crazy because like typically like that time after we come home from picking you up, I get to go do my homework.
yeah.
So that I get to go to bed with you guys. We're all in bed by 8:30, 9:00.
Mm-hmm.
And with you being gone, that was not the case for me.
Yeah.
I had to do it all and then stay up late, finish my homework, and then go to bed. So I wasn't going to bed until 10:30, 11:00. And there was a couple nights, midnight.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it made me really appreciate the things you do for me.
Hey, there was, outside of getting the kids on Cisco on time, there was one thing I was like, I was so happy to see that you did it, and I know it was hard. Do you know what it was?
What was it?
Making sure that the trashes were thrown out and the trash cans were put out on Tuesday
Yes.
or Monday night
Monday night, yes.
for pickup on Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
Because that is very important.
That is a boy job.
That is a boy job, like you always say to me. So
Yes.
I knew that's also grit. I wear my shirt.
Yes.
Yes, you had to get through it, and you did it, and I'm so happy.
Yeah. It had to get done. Like Pastor said, it had to get done. So somebody had to do it and just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But the other thing that I really strived for this week was eating dinner at the table together. Mm-hmm. Just because you weren't home didn't mean we weren't eating as a family.
Yeah.
And like I said, it wasn't a home cooked meal every night, but it was food. Yeah. And it was dinner that filled our bellies, and
conversations were still made.
Yeah, still having that conversation even on that Friday. So I took my niece and her friend with us to Chuck E. Cheese, partially so they can help me with the kids and give me a little reprieve. But we sat down when the pizza got there. We sat down, and it was so cool to hear Nathaniel tell them, like, at the dinner table, we put our phones down and we have conversation. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "So, Mom, how was your day today? Are you ready for Dad to come home today? I know I am." And him starting that, like initiating that conversation, it made my mama heart happy. Mm-hmm. It really did. And like I said, not to not credit our daughter, because she did not give me attitude all week. Yes. Like, let's be clear. She was such a trooper this week. She let me comb her hair. She had her clothes picked out and matching and clean. Yeah. Those are my biggest thing, is semi-match, and please don't wear dirty clothes. Like, yeah, whatever makes you feel cute and confident, you go, girl. But
more power to you.
This week it was just no fight from her, and that was so nice. Yeah. So, yeah, just to say that this week it was a lot. It was stressful, yes, and it was hard that you were gone, and it made us realize what you do for us. But all in all, despite all those delays on Friday to get you home by Saturday, it was worth it.
Yeah. So about those delays. So like I said, I got it on Sunday. No issues. Monday, there was a blizzard. There's literally a blizzard hitting the whole northeast of the United States. And I got a lot of colleagues that were flying in from like Wisconsin, New York, North Carolina, things like that, from all different areas of there. And they all somehow were impacted with delays or canceled flights. And I was like, cool, It was a little bit snowy in DC on Monday. Lennox, first time in the snow. He loved it, by the way. And then I was like, at least I made it here without no issues. I'm so happy, knock on wood kind of thing. Well, I don't think I actually knocked on wood, and it hit me later down the road. And so, but anyways, long story short, on Monday, had my evening event with my program, my executive leadership program. Had a good time, socialized, got prepped for our presentation on Tuesday, which I appreciate, our team for the great job they did. And Tuesday came around. We had to check out from this hotel and take our luggage, put it on the shuttle bus to take us to the NIB building and do our presentation there, which was really fun. And then go over to the convention hotel, because this is also a full convention as well. And first time going to this new building, or this new hotel, Marriott Marquis in DC. And oh my gosh, I'm telling you, Bub, you know me. I'm pretty good at my orientation and mobility training. Mm-hmm. Not to toot my own horn.
No, but I've heard people say he's not blind.
I've been told that several times. Like, how do you know this, Ray? Like, how do you do this? But this was the first time where it took me several days to get orientated to this hotel. And after a while, I can't believe I did not know how to do it. but it's like this big marble hotel with these big old giant, water statues, and it's super high ceilings, and it's so loud, and multiple doors to get into this facility, this hotel, and different levels, and you have to use a key card to get to the levels that you need to get to, and there's a different elevator to go down to the conference rooms and the meetings, and then navigate 800 attendees that are also visually impaired and blind. And so, just to say, that Tuesday venture into that new hotel was a lot of work for me and a lot of stress. But like I said, Linux was a trooper. And so we made it through that Tuesday and went into Wednesday. And for the first time ever, every time we go on advocacy time, it didn't rain on Wednesday, because Wednesday is the time we go up to the Capitol Hill, and it was awesome. Got to go meet with Congressman Jim Costa and speak on some really important issues that we have for our community and the work that we do. It's always important to build awareness around the blindness community and the efforts of employment. And so that's always great for me. And walking around the Capitol and, understanding, how to have those conversations. In the past, I was nervous, to be honest with you. But now I just remind myself, and every time I talk to people, like, how do you do it, Ray? Because everybody was like, Ray, how do you do it? How do you have a conversation with these people? Like, they're just like you. They they put one leg in their pants at the same time, like, 1 foot at a time.
1 foot at a time, yeah.
Yeah, and you got to understand, they're there. Put everything political stuff on the side. They're there to really. They had a purpose. They wanted to be there. They wanted to help people. So you have to put that in your head and just like, hey, it's just like talking to anybody else, and just sharing your needs and your wants and your story. It's always about your story. What's your story? Everybody has a story. And so yeah, got that opportunity. Felt really great. Had some other meetings on Thursday. Wednesday evening, I had a great time to meet with some great partners that we're working with our agency. And really just, the fun part was trying to find areas to take Linux out, and talking to other, guide dog handlers out there. It's like, hey, do you know where a spot is? Do you know where a trash can is? Because if you haven't had a guide dog and knowing that feeling of, okay, your dog has to go out, where do you take them? Where's a good spot? It's like it's like trying to find like a needle in a haystack. And because if there's not a designated area, it takes a little bit of challenge. So, again, it might sound stupid, but just to me, it's like, those things are very important when you're traveling. You need to know. And so, anyways, though, just majority of the conference was great. I feel like we did what we needed to do out there, and I want to continue doing what I need to do. Got to talk to Senator Padilla's office and Senator Schiff's office as well, and again, talk about some important matters. And it's always fun to do that, but it's also tiring. Tiring. You wake up at like 5:30 in the morning. The routine of getting ready and eating breakfast, which I really didn't eat much breakfast as I should have, but they feed you really well there, so I did get lunch and dinner real well. And making sure I'm calling you guys and doing that dad thing as well, and the husband thing, as well as balancing out work life, as well as like not just the stuff I'm doing in DC, but also communicating back here with the agency and doing things there. That was another thing that I was having to take care of. And
because work didn't really stop for you either.
No, never. It never stops. And that's the thing. It's like, and I can't let it stop, because the stuff that I'm doing is very important.
Mhm.
you know, and I am appreciative of the position I'm in, and I don't take it lightly, you know, and
Mhm.
especially in this climate that we're in, this effort, it needs to be, you know, there needs to be put, you know, gotta, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but it's just important to me. So,
The work that you do out there.
yeah, and in general.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, uh, I was scheduled to fly out Friday,
Mhm.
and so got through my Thursday evening, um, got packed, you know, um, made sure, you know, Linux was taken care of. I made sure I figured out, okay, what's the arrangements? How do I get to the airport from here? What's checkout time? You know, what time is what time does my flight leave? Do I have my did I do, you know, the check-in, pre-check-in, all that stuff, paid for all the stuff that I need to pay for, and then went to bed. Woke up the next day, nice and beautiful sunny day. Go take Linux out. I stop at the gift shop, make sure I get you guys something, a little treat,
Mhm.
you know. Check.
And then headed out to the airport.
Well, here's the thing. So I found it easy because this hotel had a designated pick up and drop off for ride share areas, right? Which
Uh-huh.
is really great. I loved it. Worked really well the whole time out there. No issues, right? Not even dealing with people like refusing Linux or any of that.
Mhm.
So I'm leaving. My flight doesn't l- take off till 11:30, right?
Supposed to.
Supposed to be. You know this. And so it tells you to be there 90 minutes before the flight leaves, right? So I'm ready by 9 o'clock. Get out there, checked out everything, call my Uber, right? 10 minutes. Okay, cool. You know, I'm still gonna make there by 9:30, whatever, blah blah blah. Drivers come in the direction it's like 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 12 minutes, 17 minutes. Like, where's this guy going? And I'm like, oh, because sometimes, a driver takes the wrong direction. They have to come the other way. So I was waiting for that to happen. Never happened. I was like, okay, now a mini panic starts happening to me because I am the person that wants to be there on time, gets through security, sits at my gate with no stress. I really don't like being late for things. You know this. It's
Mhm.
a challenge that I always have. Um, so, and then for some reason, I could not find a way to rebook the ride, but eventually figured it out. Same ish, like driver finally came and picked me up, a new driver, got me to security or got me to the terminal that I needed to go to, walk into the airport. And this isn't, it was a bigger, it's the same terminal, but they expanded it a little bit. And that was what threw me off a little bit. And so again, I asked somebody and somebody helped me get me through, blah, blah, blah. I get to my gate and then here's where it starts. I start hearing rumblings from other people and I get text messages from my phone saying, oh, flight, blah, blah, blah to Dallas is gate changed. And okay, I get my walk assist to the terminal, the gate that I'm supposed to be at, and they typically take off because they don't need to sit with me the whole time until aboard the plane. And the gate changed, and this lady, this wonderful lady that I eventually made friends with, she says, "Hey, they changed the gate. Do you want to follow me?" I was like, "Sure." So me and her walked over to the next gate change. And then more rumblings come and like, oh, what's going on? And there's like somebody goes, oh yeah, some of the flights were delayed because there was fog, and it's like fog. It's like super sunny right now. It's like this looks like California weather. And they're like, yeah, there was a ground delay. It's like, oh, okay. And our flight was again 11:30, 10:30, 10:40 came around, changed the gate again. Then here comes the delays. And more delays. And more delays. until it came to be 4:30 p.m.
Yeah.
By this time,
I was not amused. Let's just be very,
very
clear. I was not amused.
Yeah.
Still am not amused.
Neither was I. Okay. Again, because I don't eat when I don't eat.
You
when
don't
I
eat
the
when you fly.
I
Yes,
don't.
we've established this.
So, and then Linux also doesn't eat
When you fly. Mm-hmm.
So that's because that's the training, not because I'm starving
Because you're
him.
super mean.
No, it is the training. It's to make sure that they don't have an accident on the plane. That's just want to put that out there. And so I'm like, I feel for him, you know. And so, long story short, what I heard was after you get on the plane, right? It's like, oh, sorry, people. The flight that you guys were supposed to had mechanical issues, and we had to find a new plane, and that plane was in Tampa. So all the excuses in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, okay, great. Let's just get going. Just hit the gas, right?
Shut up and let's go.
Exactly. Oh, sorry, folks, because there's so many delays. The whatever they call it, the people that have to pull you out of the gate for the planes, because the planes don't have reverse. Do you know this?
Yes, I know this.
They don't have reverse. I didn't know this.
Yes, we know this.
And so it was like, well, we have to wait for that to pull us out and take off, blah, blah, blah. And, oh, by the way, my flight from Dallas was supposed to board at 5:00 Dallas time. And so I'm like, that's not going to happen. And I get a text message. Oh, you've been rebooked to a 9 p.m. flight from Dallas. I'm like, well, there goes everything I wanted to try to do to get home on time. Because what I forgot to say was like, I also was trying to get home on time because we had a marriage conference the next day and some other commitments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, because I was trying to actually book to stay longer that day, to fly out later that day, but I couldn't find anything. I could have probably stayed at the conference by the time how many delays I had and then still be able to make it home later, but whatever. Sorry, I'm still a little frustrated about that. So anyways, get to Dallas, like, I think it was like 7:30. Yeah, 7:30 Dallas time, so Central time.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my gosh, the situation about walk assist sometimes, they are aware that there is a special assistance needed at the arrival of a plane, when it's always on my ticket. It's always like, I understand that these assists also have commitments for other assists and other things, but if like it says that that this plane was delayed, your change for your assist needs to be at this time. And when I get there, I'm not trying to be mean, but when I get there and you're not there, I'm not going to wait around, because I also have my own flight I need to get to, and I'm going to go ask for assistance. So I get off the plane. There's no assist at the gate or at the walkway. So I go up to the gate, ask for an assist to come meet me, because this is Dallas Airport. If you've ever been to Dallas Airport, this thing is huge, right? And so I'm on Terminal A, I believe, or was like that, and I need to be Terminal B or whatever. Or no, actually, I was on Terminal B and I need to be Terminal A. And this is important why I say that. And so get my assist to come meet me, and they're like, I was here. I'm like, no, you weren't, but whatever. I'm not trying to argue with you. And I had to go to the restroom too. I don't like using the restrooms on the plane, so, because that requires me to get up, and I don't like to do that. I just want the window seat where me and Lennox can chill. Oh, by the way, my AirPods broke, and so I didn't have no noise cancellation, so I'm suffering there. Also, by the way, I'm dealing with some back pain from another incident. And I'm just like, I just want to get home. I'm hungry. I want to get home.
So everything that could go wrong is going wrong.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're rambling.
I know. So
get to the point.
So the point is, like, I finally get to my gate and I'm so close to getting home. But the thing is, I was like, oh man, there was one kind of gift, and I don't want to, well, I guess I'll spoil it. There was one gift that I wanted to get you from my trip because we went to Texas a couple years ago. We talked about this. And we collect ornaments, Christmas ornaments. And I was looking for a Christmas ornament for you. And there was no gift shops in this terminal. For some reason, there was no gift shops in this terminal other than Toys R Us. And I'm like, there's no way in heck that if there's a Toys R Us right there that I can go into and live my childhood memory again, just even for a little bit, that I'm not going to do it. So my sis is already gone a long time, and I went wandering off trying to find this Toys R Us before my flight leaves because I know, like, if I miss my flight from here, I'm just gonna walk home because my wife is gonna kill me. I already hear it.
Yes.
So I find this Toys R Us. I go in it, a very small Toys R Us, but it was a Toys R Us nonetheless. Got some gifts for the kids. Sorry, you're going to find your Christmas ornament. I even asked. And so go back to my terminal, get on the plane. Wonderful, wonderful stewardess, on the flight attendants and stuff like that on that plane. Very respectful. Unfortunately, I was scheduled to be on a window aisle or window seat. Somehow I got bumped because of the rebook. But, with some magic, got the aisle, but nobody sitting next to me. So me and Lex could stretch out. So felt great. All right. Last stretch, right? And, in-flight Wi-Fi allows me to text you. Like, hey, babe, I'm almost there. 30 minutes before I land. You're like, yes, you're going to be home.
That was a lie.
You want to tell this story?
Go for it.
So I get there and I'm like, cool, we're almost there. Finally, Linux, blah, blah, blah. Even the air flight attendants knew. I was like, he's ready to go home. I'm like, yeah, I'm tired. Because it's at like 10:53, I think, was when I was supposed to land in Fresno. Sorry, I'm boring you. She's like, I heard this story. Come on. So landed. And then I text you, we're landed. Great. You're like, I'm on my way. I'm going to be there. Yay.
I pull up into the airport. And what do you tell me?
I'm stuck on the runway.
For 20 minutes.
It felt longer, actually, to be honest with you.
Not as long as it felt for me. And obviously, I still have some resentment towards the airlines right now.
Oh. And so, yeah, we were stuck on the runway for some other reasons and stuff like that. And eventually we were able to get our jet bridge and get off.
It felt like 20 hours later.
It was actually 18. Okay, let's get it right.
Whatever, close enough.
So get off the plane. I was like, okay, great. I'm off the plane now. Let's just go to baggage claim to get my check bag and I can go, right? Wrong.
So wrong.
I even had the photo to show the guy what my luggage looked like.
Another 10 minutes later.
It was like 30 minutes, to be honest with you.
Whatever.
Yeah. So it took so long to find my bag. There were so many flights coming into Fresno that I was like, where am I? I thought I was in Fresno. Why there's so many cars here and the picking up people? And I'm like, you're texting me like, I have to go around again because you weren't out here.
I was so annoyed.
And then I could just hear you on the phone. I'm like, there's a thing called a turn signal. People use it. I could just hear your frustration in some people.
At this point, you guys, I had been waiting for him at the airport for an hour. A whole hour.
Because again, I was supposed to arrive at 6:30 Pacific time. I didn't arrive till.
And I didn't head to the airport until you said, "Oh, we're getting ready to land." I was like, oh, "Okay."
Yeah, because
put
that's
the
how
kids
it normally
to bed,
is.
left them with mom.
Because I was
mom,
supposed to see the kids
there. Then I get there, and oh, by the way, we're delayed. Okay.
It wasn't.
Oh, by the way, it was a delay.
No, I said it wasn't. By the way, it was like, hey, this is happening.
Yes.
So it's not,
either way,
I was frustrated as
it
well.
was so
I just want you to
irritated.
understand that.
It wasn't so much so with you. It was just like,
What this?
I felt like the universe was keeping us apart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, God, I just want my husband to come home.
And I'm just like, I just want to go to bed. I want to lay down and go to bed.
But I even had like a little treat for you. Like I was ready for you to be home.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a little sad because I was supposed to be, you're supposed to pick me up, and the kids were going to be with you, and then you were going to take them over to your mom's, for the evening because we had an event the next day. None of that happened. Everything was just thrown off that day.
Yeah.
So bad.
It made for a long Saturday.
Yeah, because that's the other thing. It's like, okay, 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. in the morning, I finally fell asleep. We had to be
finally got home.
We had to be up and gone and at our event at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. everybody. And so, but I did it. We woke up, got ready, went to our marriage conference, which was wonderful, by the way.
That's what we'll be explaining to you all next week.
Yes. And
can't wait.
And then after the conference,
I'll ramble on that one.
Yes, you will. After the marriage conference, we went over to your mother's, had an announcement.
Yep.
Won't share. Not yet.
You'll have to wait for next week.
And we didn't get home till like
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Because by the time we got home, it was 7. Kids were exhausted. They took their showers, got their PJs on. We were all in bed by 8.
Yeah.
I think they were ready for you to be home and for us to be home together because they did not give us any grief going to bed.
No, not at all.
They were like, we're tired.
Yeah. And this is the one time I let them sleep with us in bed together.
Yeah.
Because I don't like, and I'm not a fan of them sleeping with us. But I miss them. I know they missed me.
Mm-hmm. Especially Sissy.
Yeah.
I mean, Nathaniel too, but
yeah,
it's always different when it's your daughter.
Yeah, very much so. And so, yeah, that, and then woke up the next day to go to church. and then
had another full day, and now here we are.
I don't have my watch to tell me what time it is, but it's
11:52 p.m.
Almost midnight, guys. And I work in the morning. And I have a busy week. And when we have our fundraising dinner, Dining in the Dark on Friday. And then we got Saturday and Sunday, and then keep going.
Yep, and it just keeps going. And you know what?
I wouldn't change it.
Nope, wouldn't change for the world.
Wouldn't change it for the world, folks. Yeah, so.
Thus the life we live. It's a good one, though. Yeah. I love our life. The craziness, the busyness of it all,
Yeah, and I told you this was going to be short and quick because I'm tired and I need to go to bed. We're an hour and 32 minutes, babe.
Oh, my gosh.
So
so we're going to leave it there, you guys.
Yeah, I don't.
He rambled.
I rambled. I apologize. This is what happens when I'm exhausted and whatever. So, but I greatly appreciate
It's because you go into every little detail for storytelling, and that's okay.
I'm descriptive. I'm blind. You got to tell the details. I love the details, because it's important. It tells a story. So I hope you guys all enjoyed my adventures, and I, share some love for my wife for putting up with me and being able to let me travel and do these great things that I can do. And
we love you.
I love you too. And I mean it. And till next time, folks, you guys all have a wonderful rest of your week. And I hope that you guys like, subscribe, and share this podcast with everybody that you know. And we greatly appreciate it.
And tune in next week. We've got some announcements.
Yes.